Thanks for joining me in this video. I'm going to be explaining how the Wolfang GA200 action camera performs. You'll see a few raw clips of all the options in the camera, and then after this I'll give you an overview of the camera itself. So stay tuned and see what you think of this raw footage, as well as what I think of the camera overall. Is it worth it? Should you buy it? You're going to find out all of this in this camera. I've done another episode which I'll link in the cards or the description with the more detailed version, but this is a complimentary extra video to give you some extra details. 1080p 30 frames per second, 1080p 60 frames per second, and this one here you're seeing is a 1080p 120 frames per second, and also slow motion options in camera and time lapses, and then my overview. So stay tuned for all of that today. This is a normal recording on the action camera, hands distance apart, using the front screen. How does the microphone sound? I feel like it's moving a little bit. We'll have a look at that. This is with the okay, so I've turned image stabilization on, as well as I've added a microphone. So does this microphone sound better? We're alongside a busy road. I just want to hear if there is any difference. It looks a little bit funny because I have a wire going to the camera. We just positioned that using the little screen on top. So this is a quick test of the mic on the camera. How well does the mic on the camera perform? So we can have a quick look as we go against the weather. So you'll see I'm using the little screen to be able to compose the shot. So the little screen does help, but with traffic, how does the mic on board sound? So now we're walking alongside a busy road. I have turned image stabilization on. I have a little microphone lead leading up to the camera. This is external microphone. How does an external microphone sound? I've had action cameras for a while. I've had a number of type of action cameras, and I'm hoping in this episode I'll give you an idea of what's good about an action camera, which action camera should you buy, do you need a really fancy one,
And this one I don't like, the one I've got at the moment, because this has a microphone cable. I cannot use my wireless microphone on it. Let me show you what I mean. So I've got a Rode wireless mic, branding can't be shown, so I have tape over it. That must make sense. So I've had some Apeman action cameras in the past. I've got this Wolfang, but it's not Wolfang, it's Wolf and then Ang or Wolfang 4K action camera. You plug in a mic, you plug this mic in, nothing happens, you don't hear anything. It comes as standard with like a waterproof case. It's a bit misleading. You know why? It's a bit misleading because I brought it thinking it was waterproof out of the case, as in without a case. Let me show you what I mean. So that's the listing there. I bought it for £69.99, £70. Was it worth it? Not really. I like the fact it's got two screens. It's got a screen on the front and the back, so I can kind of compose the shot well, so you can see water behind me. Let's read out what the camera actually says. So this is the actual camera you're seeing right now. Let's have a look at the description. Product details: Wolfang CMOS sensor, 4K video. Okay, this bit was confusing. So it's GA200 and it supports 4K 30 frames a second. I record all my videos in 1080p 30 frames a second. That's more than adequate. I've started up a whole new channel, and within 9 months I was monetized on that channel, just making 1080p videos. So it shouldn't matter if you got 4K. And this one is 40 meters deep underwater, ideal for water sports. And okay, so this is where it gets confusing. It says is waterproof 40 meters. Let's just look at that in more detail. 40 meters, is that enough? Because it's giving you the impression that it's waterproof outside the case based on the, let me show you the photo that I saw, and that would make sense. So you'll notice there the photo, it shows it out of the case and in the case. So it's like a waterproof. Normally what happens is it's waterproof in the case for bigger than what it is outside the case. So you'll have for a meter, normally a meter without the case, and then with the case 40 meters, and that was a bit misleading. It does come with a nice 2 battery charging option, and the main thing I like about this camera is mainly the fact that you can see yourself. Double screen is amazing for the price point because it's quite cheap. So you can have a double screen. I'm using this screen right now. It's quite handy to position, like I said. What don't I like about it? I don't like in the Wolfang, you have to go, when you plug in the mic, you have to go behind the camera and say, use the external mic, not the built-in mic. So you manually have to do that every time. You might forget it sometimes. So you'll think you're using the mic, but it's actually not the mic. And I couldn't use my Rode Wireless Go mic on there. There may be a workaround to that. I'll have to find out. Also, when you're recording, you can't flip the screen. So while recording, I can't switch between the back and the front screen. There's a few other options in there, but the main things I use action cameras for is water sports type things, using it in adverse conditions when it's raining. That's what other channels are mainly about. So it works there. I had Apeman cameras, and I feel like something's happened with Apeman where they've rebranded. They stopped being allowed to be selling on Amazon, and they've rebranded their cameras, and now they've got another name, because realistically most of the action cameras are made by a specific company in the background, and you just put different brand names on there and put like a competition in the market and price them differently, but ultimately the same person selling them all, if that makes sense. So I found that the Apeman I had before, I've done loads of videos on, they weren't the best quality. Over time, little bugs and niches causing people issues, and now this one I've bought with my own money, so I can say what I want. Because a lot of that's going around where they send cameras and expect to hear good feedback. So overall, I've done this little video today just to go through the benefits of it. There must be some stuff I missed. I'll cover them as I go through and find out about the camera, like more about it. So this is the first impressions. We'll see how it does.